I don't know that that's ever happened, actually.
Even with the kids gone?
Well, I've still got one in high school. He's a sophomore, and Will has started at Southeast Tech, so he's still living with us.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Katie's just finishing up her, she's starting her 4th year at SDSU, and she'll graduate in December.
Good for her.
Yeah, yeah.
What's she majoring in?
Agronomy and business marketing. Yeah, should be fun.
Yeah, interesting.
Yeah, the experience that she's had as an intern has been unbelievable. It's so, yeah.
What's Wilbur, does he know yet?
Heating and cooling, he's still
Heating and
good.
cooling, good.
Yeah.
Isn't he in that too?
Yep, yep,
But he's a year ahead of him.
that's right. He's in year 2, Will's just starting out.
There's always a need for heating and cooling people.
Without a doubt, yeah. He's already working on tech.
Oh, good,
Yeah.
on the job stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's great.
Well, I'm glad I didn't take your seat.
Oh, I'm glad you're doing
He
it.
tried to.
I did.
Didn't think I'd come, huh?
That wasn't at all, it was just a habit walking in and taking this one.
Oh,
You're early.
yeah, I am early. 1 minute. That's how I know.
I'll call the meeting to order. Let's see, is there any additions?
No additions.
Okay. So I need an approval of the agenda.
So,
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
I,
All right. And I need approval of, let's see. Oh, I can do that down here. Minutes. Visitors to be heard. Anybody want to complain? It's the only time we get visitors. Okay, the minutes of the June 25th, 2020 regular meeting. I need a motion to approve them.
So moved.
I'll second it.
All in favor?
I,
All right. We got I got it. A conditional use permit for 800 West 3rd Avenue.
Yes, this application comes to us from Shiley Wright. Shiley's here tonight and come up a little bit to speak. I reviewed the application against our ordinances. The site plan was waived given it's an application simply for conditional use for a home daycare. An in-home daycare is allowed as a conditional use in that zone under chapter 4.02 of our zoning regulations. In terms of the described work or proposed work, you'll see in your packets there's a fair amount of information that was emailed out. A letter, the application itself, and a few other pieces of information. I had 3 notes on the work or on the permit. Number 1, that the daycare can only use rooms that have egress windows or egress capability. I would urge the board to consider some exterior safety measures. In the past, we've talked about fences to make sure that we keep kids within a confined space and not able to just dart up into the road, those kinds of things. And as with all things, I always advise state licensure for any daycare. The only comment I've had publicly that hasn't come here came from a resident that noted that there was a registered sex offender that lives across the street. I think, it may make sense just to make sure that there's a safety plan in place for that, just to be sure. So, I don't know if the applicant would like to come up and say a few words.
is my first one, so I'm not really sure 100% what to do. But we've been, I guess, working on this at least for the past few years. It just never worked out the way we wanted it to in the past years, and it just seemed like the right time to finally go ahead and get it done. I know he had mentioned the issue with the sex offender across the street. The idea is, for me anyway, if any scenario, you know, because you have those just about with any town, and, you know, you can't get away from them wherever you move. And the way I'm going to take address to that is I do plan to put the fence up in the back. The kids will not be out of my sight at any time, nor will there be anyone on the premises without me knowing, and I plan to keep a close eye on them. I do know who lives across from us, and I am well aware of it, and I know, you know, his name, and where, you know, I guess I just know him very well and would know the family very well, so I have my own concerns with my own children, because I do have some. I have a 7-year-old and a 2.5-year-old, and now a little baby, so. But the idea is to hopefully open up my home to some kids that need the help, or parents that need help finding daycare. I know I've had a few of the daycares in town here already addressed, to come to me and ask me if they could refer kids to me if they need, because there's a few of them that have closed their daycares, so it's kind of nice knowing that I will be helping out a lot of families in town that need care.
Can I ask you a question? Do you have any special needs children that you are going to have at your daycare, or anybody that requires
I was asked that.
one-on-one?
I was asked that just today. She asked me if I had any special qualifications. I don't personally have any, you know, education background to deal with kids with special needs. I do currently work at Roosevelt High School, so I am around, so it's nothing new to me to interact with them. I don't have, like I said, the educational background to be able to help the ones that aren't functional. I can, you know, work with them one-to-one, but it can be kind of hard if you're managing other kids. You can take care of other kids in that aspect. So.
And I think usually if you have a child with special needs, the school district is aware of that child and would come in, or, I mean, they would make some kind of allowance for getting someone in there or taking that child to them or whatever, so.
Yeah. So far I've only had one family ask me about it, and I just kind of explained my side of it and
Sure.
how they feel about it, I guess, is where we're at now, so.
Do you have any kids that will be walking home from school or from like a bus stop type situation?
Right now, just my own child. Otherwise, they are all, little ones that aren't in school. I had a mom ask me about my part-time policy, because she will have one that's in Head Start, but so we'll be there after they're done with Head Start, and so.
And does the city bus provide free transportation for children back and forth to daycare, or no?
Well, when my daughter
Or is there a
was, I
cost?
don't know if they do
Cost
it
or-
anymore.
It's not, the city bus hauls them to school and back, but it isn't free.
They
Right,
cost,
okay,
yeah.
okay,
There are, yeah, you have to have certain qualifications to meet the free rides, but.
sure.
I'm sure, yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know.
No, I think it's like $1.25 per ride, or $1 something a day that they do it, but I think that they will come if
And it's
the
like
parents
2.5
are letting them where they need to go. Yeah.
Right.
I'm not sure. I haul them, but I don't know what they pay. I don't get in that. I try and stay away from it. But, yeah, that's,
Will you be licensed with the state?
I'm in the process of it, yep. So they had, for some reason, I had been told that I needed to get it through the city first before I could apply with them. And then I had gotten another gal that said I needed either or. So we started the process with the city before we had turned in our paperwork with the state. So we're in the process of getting that done.
Getting
then,
close.
too.
Yeah.
So,
We hear that a fair amount, that people are told to come to the city for licensing, we don't license
No.
daycares and clinics, so.
So what's your goal? I mean, when do you want to be able to start and all that kind of thing?
my main goal is within the next 2 weeks. So I've gotten my area set up and everything. We just put in the permit for our fence, so we hope to get that put up here in the next week, right? I don't know how long it takes to get a permit, but
Your husband's cringing back there, he's like, great, now I have to do a fence.
we got it bought already, so it just needs to be put up. Kinda like our home projects that don't get done. Yep, so I've got everything that we need. We've just been taking the last month or two here to get everything set up and crossing our fingers and hoping.
The property owner is listed as Mark Lee Jacobson. Is he aware of the intent?
Yes.
Yep. Mark's here.
Are you asking if you had a choice?
Have you had, as that building inspector inspected, or do we have to approve it before he does? Tim Odlin always went to the,
Two hours
Make
inspector.
sure it was up to the state, because they're some state standards for daycares.
or like he checked the smoke detectors and things of that nature. The doors swing
It's not
right,
something that's
locks on certain doors.
enforceable under our.
Yeah, I'd say honestly, if we're not licensing them, I don't think that we could.
And haven't we required more or less a condition as kind of a fence?
A fence has always been a condition.
But if you get
Always have.
state
Yep,
licensure,
they will have their own
then they're-
inspector.
then
Yeah,
they're
they have an
going to be-
inspection, yeah. Whoever issues the license should have the inspection done.
Yeah.
We don't have, I mean, we could go in and inspect it as a single family home, but we don't have any authority to inspect it as a specific.
But we have,
Mhm.
it's a conditional use permit, we put conditions.
You can put conditions on it, yes.
But if
And
she's
the
getting,
fence, and the fence and the state requirements was always
yeah,
a condition.
Always good.
yeah.
But I think Tim always inspected, but I'm,
Well, the state might contact him to inspect it though. They might not have their own inspectors in small towns. I don't know.
but it just,
I don't know.
Tim always,
Contact
I
you.
know Tim always went over and checked it
Yeah.
out.
it was always kind of contingent on his
Right,
findings.
right.
I would, at this point, discourage having us do that.
Yeah, me too.
Just because we don't have specific authority under our ordinances to inspect a daycare specifically. We can inspect the home, make sure that it has smoke detectors, so on and so forth. But beyond that, I would want to go back first to make sure that we have some kind of authority in state code to inspect it as a daycare.
Well, I know it's got smoke detectors and stuff.
I would be surprised if it doesn't.
No, but he always went, you know, I don't know. He did find a few things, but that's up to you. Okay,
Anything else?
At this point, I would recommend approval with the contingent on the fence and
State.
the state licensure.
Is that really involved? Is the state licensing, is it
Are they-
involved? I mean, is it complicated for you to do?
We have to get fingerprinting, background checks. I am required to take orientation classes, CPR classes. I was signed up for the one here, the ambulance one, but my daughter had gotten sick and we were in Rapid in the hospital for a few days, so we ended up having to miss that, but she had told me when she gets her next one set up that,
Are they doing certification classes right now in person, or are they?
you know, they were doing small groups, so I think there was a group before them that they had said when I signed up, so I don't know if they're expanding or not. I think the last one was just a couple weekends ago, maybe.
So would the conditions then put a halt to the daycare until they're met? Is that what the conditions are for? How does that work?
It's up to the planning commission on when they want those. If they want it in place before the daycare operates, they can certainly do so. If they want it done by a certain time frame, that'll be allowed to.
Has the state given you any indication of how long it will take to get your license? Once you get everything turned in?
I guess once I get everything turned in, it depends on how they can get somebody to come out, or how soon they can get somebody to come out to inspect the whole, the house and.
And the only reason I asked this is because I have a special needs son that turned 18, and we've been he turned 18 like right in April when COVID was really big. And for us to establish guardianship for him, we have to have a home visit, and the state is not doing any home visits right now.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason I ask, you know, what would be realistic for us? I mean, I don't wanna keep you from opening your daycare for an extended period of time, but here I am still, you know, in August, and I still haven't had it.
And,
Yeah.
and we had started the paperwork back in, I think, when everything started, and it just kind of took a complete stop there because of everything, so.
Yeah. So I guess I make a motion to approve this with the safety fence and getting the state license within, what, like 6-month time period? I mean, because I do think there's gonna be some holdups with some, with the state.
Now, when we approved the one for the Wildeboard girl, she couldn't, it wasn't the
Whatever, yeah, I knew what you were talking about.
They made it, she couldn't have kids outside till the fence was in.
Well, she plans on getting the fence in before she starts. She said she's gonna get the
We got the
fence.
fence bought,
Oh,
Yeah,
but we
that
just
part is
waiting for the
really
permit, so.
relatively quickly, so.
But that's, I know she took care of the kids, but she kept them all inside for that, you know. Seemed like a lot. I know.
Just
It's
depends
been a
on how
long day.
fancy your fence is.
Yeah.
Depends on how fancy
Just
your
to
fence is.
clarify the motion, are you, you're requiring the fence
To be
before
in
they operate?
prior, yep, prior to operation.
The license within 6 months? Okay.
Okay.
And my suggestion, and this needs a second yet, but my suggestion would be if the state is still not doing those visits at the 6-month mark, come back to the commission and inform them so that they can
We'll
take
just put
care
an
of that.
extension on it or something.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that shouldn't be hard.
Second.
Okay, do a roll call vote. Sandy,
Yes.
Joe, Nick,
Aye.
Brett,
Brett.
sorry,
I knew it.
we double-sided signs.
Okay,
Yeah.
it passes. You're okay to go. Get your fence in and go for broke.
We're almost there.
Good luck. Time to stop spending it, start making it.
Okay,
No further business, Mr.
no
Chairman.
new business? Okay, I need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second her.
All in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Gosh, these are the shortest meetings I think
I
I've
know.
ever been to.
That's kind
Oh, just wait.
of, wait,
It'll get worse.
when there's controversy, then.
Yeah,
Is it ever?
we went and got.
Sandy.
Wait until we start building out the new edition, that might cause some controversy, right?
Yeah, so I was like, well, I just brought it in, so.
He's bringing it this week, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
We got that.
So he'll probably already,
They decided,
so
oh, that's
I don't expect to see him.
Not yet.
Sounds good.
I mean, because our infrastructure
Thank you.
costs keep changing, I'm
Thank you,
sure.
guys.
Concrete's went up, you know, everything.
Concrete work really went up, didn't it?
Not as bad as lumber. but-
Lumber really jumped.
That'll drop back down. Well, now we got everything to deal with,